Good morning, Brandon. It's Steve with VBE. How are you today? I'm alive and kicking, man. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Is now still a good time to talk? Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for setting up the call and taking some time for me today. I appreciate it. I won't hold you up too long. The call here is really designed to answer any questions you might have. So, a couple of ways we can get that done. Do you have questions for me off the rip, or should I lay it all out for you? Okay, you got it. Absolutely. So, first off, before I do, Brandon, a couple things you should know before I tell you how we do what we do. Let me tell you who we are and what we do. I don't want to get the cart ahead of the horse here. So, at the base of it, we're just a medical evidence company. Okay, so we'll write you the medical evidence you need to win the claim. We'll build that medical evidence around a Nexus letter, which is the key piece that most veterans are missing. But that's all we'll do. Like I'm not a VSO, so I can't submit your claim for you. I'm not an attorney, so I can't represent you in front of the VA. So it's just the medical evidence piece that you get from us. Okay, and then we do it via telemedicine or telehealth. All right, so everything's real convenient. You can do it from home. You don't have to travel to work with us. But that means we're kind of limited to what we can work together on. So we focus on claims like the mental health, the migraines, the sleep apnea, the GERD, IBS, those types of claims are what we focus on. Okay? Good so far. All right, good. All right, so that's kind of who we are and what we do. How we do it is this. I'm about to send you another email. This email has a link to our webpage. So if you decide to go forward with us for help with your claim, you would click on that link. You would put the you put the medical evidence, that you want us to work with together on in your shopping cart, and then you would check out. So it's online shopping, just like you were buying something off Amazon. It's just a web-based credit card transaction. Once you complete checkout, you're able to schedule your telehealth visit with one of my doctors. So like I said, it'll either be a phone call or a video call. So you can do it from anywhere as long as you can talk in private on the phone. Once that's done, my doctor then writes you your evidence package. So what you're getting in the evidence package, Brandon, is the diagnosis and the nexus. So those are the two key pieces you need just to win your claim. Okay, so you know what a diagnosis is. A nexus is just a connection between two things. That's all the word means. So what the VBA is looking for is, how is this condition connected to your service? So my doctor will write that out, make it in using the language that the VBA requires, right? So they'll connect the condition to service for you. So you win the claim. So those are the two pieces you need to win the claim, but we go further, right? What we want to do is, if you say you qualify for the 50% award on a condition, we want to make sure we make that very clear to the VA to help ensure that you get that 50% award that you qualify for. So how that's done is this: we detail out your symptoms. And specifically what we're looking for, what we're trying to detail out, is your symptoms' social and economic impact on your life. Because that's what the VBA pays us for, right? They don't pay us because we have a condition. They pay us because that condition affects our life, either socially or economically or both. So we'll detail that out in the language that the VA understands. Right? So you'll get all of that from my doctor. So my doctor will write that evidence package, deliver that to you, and then you submit that to the VA, however you normally submit claims. That whole process takes about 3 to 6 weeks to get through. And then when you win, you keep all the increase. So like you're at 70% now. This claim could reasonably take you to 90%, possibly 100, but 90% is a pretty reasonable goal there. So that's roughly a $500 a month bump in pay. So you'd keep all of that. We don't see any of that. That's an extra $500 coming for you and your family, right? Same thing for any back pay. If you're in line for, a couple thousand or $10,000, $20,000 coming to you for back pay, good for you, man. You get all of that, goes straight to your bank account. We don't see any of it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Great question. Yeah. Yep. So what happens is you've got a year from the date you ETS, so to file your first claim, and then if you do, they'll back pay you to your ETS date. So like say you ETSed in 2011, and you had until that same like October of 2012 to file your initial claim. If you would have done that, they would have back paid you to October of 2011. So that's long past for all of us now, right? What happens now is that's the reason I send you that note in my email. It says, hey, Brandon, do yourself a favor, start your intent to file today. So intent to file is the VA's language for start a new claim. That's all it means. And what it does, it starts the back pay clock. So you start earning that income. You're not receiving it yet, but you start earning it. So what happens is like if you go in today and start your claim in March of 2026, and now maybe it takes you a few months to get that claim submitted for whatever reason. Say you're now submitting it in June. Okay. Then it takes the VA a couple months to decide it. All right. So now we're in August. So now you're going to get back paid from March because you started the claim in March, but you didn't file it or submit it until May. And then it took them a couple months to decide it. Now you're going to get 6 months or 8 months of back pay there. So that's how you get back pay now, or you have an appeal. So if you have an appeal, what happens is like say you submit the claim in May, like the timeline we were just talking about, but it gets declined or denied in August. Well, now you've got till August of 2027, right, the following year, to file your appeal. So they give you that year. And then if you win that appeal, now they still back pay you all the way to March of 2026. So that's how you can get over a year of back pay, is because you're working in the appeals process. So they work in these year chunks for everything, either your appeal process, your ETS date, your back pay. All of those things are in year chunks. So you've just got to be very mindful of the dates on all those. Okay. So did you get your intent to file started? Okay. Do you know how to do that? Do you need some help? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got an email I can send you. It has about 5 different resources in here. So it's just a kind of generic email that I send to all my vets that need a little extra help. So this one, the first resource there is how to file your intent to file. And it's also how to file your whole claim using va.gov. So I've got a phone number here for you. If you want to just call them and tell them I want to start a notice of intent to file, it takes you about 15 minutes. I've got a YouTube video here that will walk you through either starting an intent to file or filing your whole claim. So check out the YouTube video. It's pretty darn good. And then the other resources may not be relevant to you at this stage of your claim. So just ignore those. But the top resources there may be very valuable to you where you're at. I'll send them to you. Okay. So for next steps, if you wanted to go forward with us, I'll send you that link to my webpage as promised. And then if you want to do the mental health claim, we can talk about that, the ins and outs of it, but you would just put the mental health evaluation in your cart and check out. If you wanted to do the hypertension claim or high blood pressure claim, you would need to, so we'll create a secure folder for you on our website. You'll have a dashboard. You'll have your own account on our website. So you would upload the things around your hypertension or high blood pressure claim to your folder. So that means like your prescription or your readings or both. You'll upload those to your folder so my doctors can review those. We can't diagnose you with hypertension, but we can get you the Nexus letter that connects it to your insomnia. Okay. If you wanted to do both, you see the cost there. So let's talk about costs. It's $847 for the mental health evaluation that was stated in that email. And then it's $697 for the Nexus letter, also stated in that email. So if you want to do both, it's around $1,550. If you want to just focus on the mental health claim, it's $847. Okay. And then I also have a note in there for you about if you have any symptoms of GERD or IBS, that's something else we can help with. You may have not known that you have it or know what it is, or knowing that it's a compensable condition at the VA. So I just wanted to put a little note in there for you. Okay. What questions does all of that bring up? Anything I didn't answer? Okay. All right. Perfect. So this whole time, Brandon, I'm your single point of contact. I'm your point man for questions. So if you ever have questions, man, text or email are great. They work great. So just send me a note, text or email. I will take care of you. Okay. Thanks, Brandon. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.